No Boundaries Coalition is a resident-led advocacy group. We are comprised of staff members from 21217, which is Central West Baltimore, and volunteers from Central West Baltimore. And we focus on things that the residents want to see different. More access to healthy foods, improvement in health disparities. And so what we do is we find ways to solve them as a community. And one of the ways that we wanted to attack food justice was to bring more healthy fruits and vegetables. Thus we have Fresh at the Avenue, this great market that just opened in February. This market is very empty. It used to be booming with seafood vendors and meat vendors and poultry vendors. And as the neighborhood transitioned, all those vendors left, including produce.
I'm pretty honored to have this in my community, to have this more accessible and more resourceful for people to be directly in this area and be able to walk there and grab some fresh produce and put together some healthier plans and healthier meals for the family. This is great. This is what we need in our community.
This will be visited by so many people because we don't have a market in this area. We don't have a fruit place in this area. We have to rely on the wagons, the fruit wagons. So this is like a godsend. And because I'm a diabetic, type 2 diabetic, and now they want to put me on a needle, and I got to stay away from sweets. This is a heaven's place for me because I can come here and just buy so much and just can eat, and don't have to worry about anything. So this is like, whoever came up with this idea, this is fantastic. This is great.
It feels awesome. This particular opportunity here with the fresh apples and the bananas and the partnership with Whole Foods, it's giving our community an opportunity to receive the same type of foods as other folks that live in Baltimore.
Whole Cities supports us as far as just putting this whole thing in motion. We went to 13 different produce vendors who weren't trying to come into the communities. Along the way we got partners, and one of our partners was actually Whole Foods, and then sat down and asked us, what do you want to do long term? And we said, this is what we want to do long term, but we can't find anyone to help supply this produce. So Meredith from Whole Cities brought in Chad and Zac on a permanent basis to say, hey, we need to be their produce vendor. Whole Cities and Whole Foods helped us get price tags, they helped us get a sign. We only were able to offer cash when we did our produce pop-ups in September. Now we can offer cash, credit, and EBT. And in this community, over 60% of purchases are made with food stamps. So it was really important to have that addition. So through Whole Cities, we're able to add that. And that's why you see so many families coming.
Feels great to make things happen in Baltimore. I'm just a small piece. Whole Cities came in and that support was huge for us. Get us connected with great people like Tiffany and No Boundaries, and feel like I'm part of something I can actually make a difference.
Our team members stood up in our store and said, we need to do more in our community. We need to help out in our community. And that's how we ended up hooking up with No Boundaries. That's how we ended up hooking up with Whole Cities, actually. It's kind of cool to see it from where it started and then now.
It's like we're meeting a big need because some people want to eat healthy because they just want to eat healthy. Some people want to eat healthy because they have to. But it's usually hard if you can't get to it. There's a lot of people don't have transportation here. So a doctor could say, we want you to eat, apples and oranges and bananas, and that's great if I have access to it. But if I don't, I'm just going to eat what's in the community. So it's really good to be able to help people prolong their lives.